See what you think.
I'll tell you what. We said this to you before the program started, and I say it with a full heart, and Judy's total agreement. I think it's one of the best things you've ever done. It's totally surprising. We sat down to watch it, not quite knowing we didn't know what the plot was going to be about, but we didn't know how you'd play it. It's brilliant. It's a great film. You're brilliant in it. Full stop, end of story.
Cheers.
You can go now.
Thank you very much. I go see the movie. It's a lot of laughs. Your pal.
It's not just a lot of laughs.
It's got heart. It's a kind of tragic comedy, really. I mean, this young lad, Richard Shepard, this young man, Richard Shepard, kind of sent it to us as a
he's the script writer.
He's the script writer, yeah, and the director. And he sent it to us as a writing sample of his work for Thomas Crown Affair 2, which we're trying to make, and hopefully we'll make. But we all fell in love with it in the office and said, let's have a crack at it. Let's go off to Mexico City. And we raised the money pretty quickly, and we got the great Greg Kinnear, first choice, and then the great Hope Davis.
Have you ever done anything like it, do you think? I was looking back through that catalogue.
No, I mean, I've done stuff like this in a younger career, you know, before I went off to America and did all of that. I had a street theatre company. I worked in Fringe Theatre and the Edinburgh Festival, so I've done crazy characters like this somewhat. Yeah. But, you know, Richard really kind of made this kaleidoscopic tale.
We knew that it wasn't about a matador.
Right.
But we couldn't, and the opening of the film particularly, it has this great long sequence of beautiful bullfight scenes. And in fact, the bullfight, the matador and the bull are a metaphor for you and your job, aren't they?
Right.
The hitman.
Well, matador means killer, you know, so it is a metaphor for his life and what the job that he does. He's this assassin, you know, who's kind of having a crisis of confidence in his life because he can't kill people anymore.
He's having a nervous breakdown.
Having a nervous breakdown.
Because he's got any moral difficulty with it. It's not that, is it? It's not that he suddenly sees the error of his ways. He just reaches...
He's lonely.
He's lonely.
He's lonely. He's just lost in life, you know. So this wonderful tale of these two guys that meet in a bar.
Yeah. Couldn't be more different.
No, I mean, you know, Greg Kinnear is such a talented fellow, and he's done drama and he's done comedy, so... If I hadn't had him, you know, to be so gullible and so giving as an actor, and gullible as the character, and giving as an actor, then, you know, it would have been...
I love the scene where because basically, for a while down in Mexico, out of sheer loneliness, you form this almost homoerotic relationship with him, actually.
Right,
From yours, not from his side, but from your character's side. It's not homosexual, but there are definite undertones there. Quite moving, actually. And finally, under a certain degree of pressure and out of just a sense of wickedness, your character tells him what you really do for a living.
The thing is, I could really use your help. You're kidding right now. I'm as serious as an erection problem.
I can't help you, Julian. Well, I could, but I can't. I'm not going to help you. This is ridiculous. Just be a sister. No. Just have to go out. No. I'm not listening. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're being All right. I won't tell you. Good. Won't mention it. Great. Phone said that all you had to do is trip on the street right next to him. I can't believe you just said that. You must have had to get into obviously, to some extent, try to get into the head of somebody who would do this for a living, and there are many of them out there. Some of them may even be watching now, which is slightly unnerving. And your character says at one point, I'm a psychopath.
Yeah.
But I'm not psychotic.
Yeah, right.
That's a great line.
It is, yeah. Well, he is a psychopath, and I gave the text to this, I found this wonderful lady who was a criminal psychologist in Los Angeles, and I gave it to her to analyze and break down, and I was very happy to see that her notes and mine kind of concurred, and it was just mine through sensing and intuition as an actor, and how to play them. I didn't want to meet one of these kind of mad buggers. So
when you and this other guy are watching a bullfight, you say, can't you see the beauty of it?
yeah.
And the honour of the killing, and the honour of the beautiful death. Do you believe in that?
Do I believe in that? You know?
You got very good reviews for it in America as well, when you showed it at the Sundance
Film Festival, yeah.
And I remember, was it a Chicago paper that said it's a bit like Lost in Translation with you as Bill Murray and Greg as Scarlett Johansson.
Well, it's a kind of buddy movie. It's a love story in some respects, and these two men and this one woman, Hope Davis. And, you know, it was a joy to do this film. And you never know if these things are going to work or not. And Mexico City is a character unto itself.
You said you weren't going back to Ireland, going to Mexico.
Well, the people have got a great spirit. I love the people over there, and they have a great passion for life and the arts. And, you know, the only two things are that it's bloody violent and you can get nabbed off the street and you can't breathe. Yeah, so apart from that, it's magnificent. So.
What are you doing now? Has that got something to do with it which suits you very much?
Yeah, well, I dyed it grey, of course. Yeah, it was black. Anyway, it was.
You're not a Rob Harris impersonator.
Rob Harris, I know. Well, that the other day in the paper. Oh, it's my hero. I used to watch Rob. You can't go down.
It's a living, a whole new career.
Oh, anyway.
What's it for?
No, I'm doing a western. It's a Civil War western with Liam Neeson and myself.
All right.
So it's a very beautiful.
You're not General Lee, are you?
No. It's I'm the captain from the North, Union man. And
Was that the Danny DeVito film?
Hunting me down. No, that's another one.
That's another one.
That's another one. I've got employees.
So your career's gone quiet then?
Yeah. Well, after this Matador thing, I took time off because a chapter of life had kind of closed there, and I was getting involved with. I was repeating myself.
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to reopen the chapter, a much earlier chapter in your life. You mentioned, I'm glad you did actually, quite spontaneously, you mentioned your roots in acting in this country and theatre workshops and stuff. And here we are, we're very close, if people don't know, the studio is within a spit of the Oval Cricket Ground. And also the Oval House, which is a theatre, it's a little room.
Yeah.
And you did a lot of innovative work there when you were 18, when you started.
Yeah.
And you know what, we went back there, just over the road, and we met Paddy Fletcher. Paddy Fletcher, the director. Your director. Yeah. Here we go. Look.
Hi, Piers. Paddy Fletcher. And I'm standing here in the main theatre at Oval House. And in this space, 30-odd years ago, you gave what was probably one of your first performances in a play, call it a play, that I wrote called Feast of Fools. Well, here we are in the glamorous surroundings of the Oval House dressing room. I'm sure you remember a crowd with about 40 people at Feast of Fools, actors, jugglers, rock musicians, and of course, yourself, dressed as a mad monk. I remember you being very inventive, very modest, very powerful performer, and constantly seeking more, which is why you went to drama school, and then after drama school you went, and the rest is history.
Where did it go, guys?
That is I love the idea of a medieval rock music.
Oh, it was brilliant.
Not at the bottom with the Rob Harris singing.
Oh, yeah, my God. Well, I walked in those doors, I was 18 years of age, or 17 or 18, and at that time I was a commercial artist. I was a trainee commercial artist in Putney, in a little studio there. I was hanging my coat up one day and talking to this guy from the photographic department, Alan Porter, and Alan said, oh, I go to this theatre club called the Oval House, and he said, we should come along, and I just popped on the tube one night, and
did it go?
That was it.
Then I went down to the Oval House and went in, and it was a hotbed. It was really, the fringe theatre was really blossoming, experimental theatre, and I went into a workshop, which I didn't know what the heck that was, but it was like 30 people. You lay down on the floor, close your eyes, start humming, get up, go around and start touching people. So, there's lots of lovely girls. And oh my God. I thought, if this is acting, I want some of this. I thought, that'd be brilliant. So, that's
and from that, so all this way, what a start to the journey. Go on, Judy.
Well,
Fletcher.
Paddy Fletcher is waiting in the wings because he wants to see you again.
Go on, I owe you money. I probably owe you. Look at you, Mickey. Oh,
you been doing with yourself?
He failed and went to America.
Oh, bless him. We don't thank you. Twiddle and rest.
Yeah.
Mate, you've got your lighting now, so you're going to look terrific.
Oh, well, go.
So
So could you...
you obviously realised he was an extremely stunning-looking young man, but you...
Yeah, what happened?
You're running the theatre now?
No.
Oh, no, but yeah, you're still down?
No, I'm ducking and diving.
We've got the Salvation Army to find him, mate.
Her Majesty's pleasure, really.
Was it? Oh, for God's sake, that's a good one.
There were a few people, wasn't there? Tim Roth
Tim Roth,
was
yeah.
out there.
Gary Olsen.
Stephen Ray was down
Stephen
there.
Ray. Yeah.
This guy's from there, so this guy was no fluke. The whole generation.
Just a crew of diverse maniacs just descended on that place.
Well, it's great to see you back together again. Such great memories, and thanks for dropping in. And listen, once again, we've got to say, The Matador. Have you seen this film?
No, I'm looking
forward to it. You will really enjoy it.
Really
That's amazing. It's a great film. Really enjoyed it. Lovely to see you both.
Great. Nice one.
Thank you.